Hello and welcome. I'm Trip. Since it's been a while since I've done a video, I haven't been doing much. Just been doing mostly stuff at home, little tiny projects. But I did get a new toy that I want to show you. I'm kind of excited about. Here lately I've been doing a lot of upgrades to the carport because I felt it was kind of an underutilized area. Wanted to make it a little bit nicer. And the biggest thing I got was a tire machine. Because who doesn't want their own tire machine? I've been eyeballing them on like Marketplace and stuff for a while because I've been kind of wanting one. But most of them kind of expensive still, even though like 30, 40 years old, been in a shop, worked hard the whole life. People still wanted quite a bit of money for them. And most of them looked questionable. Until my buddy Jim Smithlene, syndicate competitor, mentioned how cheap his was, and it's worked out pretty good. This is the Mayflower 560. I bought it off Amazon, of all places. It was only $1,200 shipped to my doorstep, so I didn't even have to go anywhere. Just sat on my couch. As soon as he told me about it, like how cheap it was, I was on Amazon instantly, like sold. Buy. This is one of the smaller, simpler units. You can get them a lot more fancy, a lot more expensive with additional arms and things to make things easier. So you can spend a little bit of money, get a better unit. But so far the thing's been working pretty good. This is not sponsored or anything like that by any means, but I will put a link to it in the description if there's something you want. Considering I have 2 track cars and now a drift car, as you imagine, I go through a lot of tires. And each time I go to have a new set mounted, it costs me roughly between 80 to 100 bucks each time. So this guy will eventually pay for itself, which is the hopes. I have used it quite a few times now, so yeah, I think I've got it down on how to use it. And you think the first thing I used them on would be like one of the track cars or this car, but no, it was actually the van because it needed new tires. I shredded one of them on the way to the drift event, which I meant might as well get all 4 brand new ones. And yeah, did all 4 wheels and tires on the van. As soon as I got it, I just went to town and started demounting tires. And I mounted 2 tires on my drift spills for the Z. I do need to dismount this tire, as you can see, it's starting to show a little bit of thread, which is no bueno. So let's take this guy off. Got the old tire off, not too bad. Definitely invest some of these protective guides. Will help save your wheel. Got to stack them over there. Now do I want to put another one on? Because I do have this set of used 660s. They have a little life left on them. Might throw one of those guys on here. Hey, and like that, it is done. Not too shabby. Now I got 3 more to go. One caveat, I did have to buy a air compressor, so that was another $200 to $300 I had to spend, which not a big deal. It's kind of convenient to have air out here anyway, because now I have a hose reel mounted, so I can air up tires and whatnots in here fairly easy. The machine does come with one of the rods. I did buy an extra. Having an extra does make life easier. Bought some soap. I originally bought this stuff, the paste. The paste sucks. I don't like it at all. Just too hard and made putting low profile tires on a lot harder. So soapy is a lot easier. Also these wheel protectors. But I'll probably throw a link for that stuff in the description. So with about $1,500 or so, you can have this simple setup. But while I was doing all that stuff, I figured why not clean up the carport a little bit more. I did have to add extra power. I had to up the amperage out here mainly for the compressor. I added 3 new tire racks because I have way too many wheels and tires. This is only half of it. But all this was mostly piled up in this corner, so it freed up a lot of room just from throwing them up there. Might add even more. What else did I do? I added lighting. Had these LED strips, are actually pretty inexpensive as well. I think they're like $60 for like 6 of them. I bought 2 packs. There's plenty of lighting out here. I added a fan, so if it's hot in the summertime, demounting tires, stay cool. I'm probably gonna buy an extra to put on that side as well for when I'm doing stuff in the carport. Even picked up a cheap toolbox for like $5 at a yard sale. There I can put some random odds and ends for when I don't feel like running to the garage to get tools and things. I do plan on taking the machine off this pallet and putting a piece of plywood down on top of these 2 pallets. That way it's not bouncing around. Other than that, things are pretty solid. Oh, I'm pretty happy how this corner turned out. I do plan on doing some other things out here just to make things nicer, more convenient. And what else have I been up to lately? Added 2 new mods to the KFRS. I got the Chase Bays coolant neck that makes the fuel line a little bit higher. I was hoping, since these cars are a pain in the butt to bleed, the burp, I was hoping the extra neck would help with that. Also looks nice, looks cool. And I also added the Chase Bays coolant reservoir. I did have like a cheaper eBay, Amazon one. And this thing just a little bit nicer quality, looks a lot nicer. I also had to replace one of the real subframe bolts. You can tell this guy was getting got a little stripped out. Making a lot of racket back there, a lot of noise. No problems out of the fit just doing fit things. S2000 is doing pretty solid. I drive it. I jump between driving this car and that car most of the time to work. So it's been pretty reliable. No issues out of it. I still need to do something for all of that in the wheel. We're currently working on the bumper of the Z because I keep ripping it off. Mostly when I'm trying to put on a trailer and stuff. It's kind of been a pain in my butt. So the plan with this guy, as you can see, like a lot of these tabs are getting ripped out and all brittle on where it connects. So the plan is, see, I made this little template of the Defender ones, and I'm going to cut it out of this pretty thick aluminum. And the idea is to mount this guy underneath here to give it more strength. So when I put a bolt through here to the fender, it doesn't rip through. Doing the same thing on the front of the bumper, but it's going to go essentially on top, giving a lot stronger point of attachment. Hey, my bumper reinforcements are done, came out pretty good. I would paint them, but that means I have to take them back apart. And this is aluminum, it's not going to rust. But these plates are bolted to the bumper themselves. So, a lot more secure than it was. Same thing on the sides, probably harder to see. Can't really see it all, but same concept. Also had to reinforce the bottom where the bumper connects to this little pan. The bumper's a lot stiffer. Okay, now I'm done with those things. What is next? I think next on the schedule is I'm taking the Z to a drift event at Driven Luck Circuit. Pretty newish drift track. Looks like a lot of fun. Will be my second event. It is a 2-day event. It is called Veteran Salute, so it's for veterans, which means I get half off. Good deal. And then next, I'm doing the Chase Bays Drivers Weekend at Polecat, which is one of my favorite tracks. So really looking forward to that. That is a grip and drift event, but I'm taking that call. They are doing essentially flip-flopping between drifting and track driving, but they are going to do a kind of a taxi session that Grid Life does. They do both at the same time, and that's always a lot of fun. Definitely look forward to that, and that's in like a month. More than likely, that'll probably be the last driving event of the year, unless I can find like another smaller drift event or something to do. Yeah, that is it for this video. Still got a lot of work to do, and I will see you next time. Peace.